Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Media Center here at the Solheim Cup. I'm joined by Andrea Lee, Rose Zhang, and Lilia here to my left. If you have any questions, there is a floating mic around here, and if you have questions on the chat, please type them in and I will ask them of the ladies. I'm going to kick it off here before opening it to the room, first with Andrea on my left. Andrea, you've told me a bunch of times how big of a dream it is for you to play on the Solheim Cup. This will be your first playing. Is it living up to your expectations? Are you living the dream right now?
Yes, it is. Super excited to be here in Spain along with her teammates, and it's just been an awesome experience so far with all the fans and the grandstands and just seeing everything come together. It's pretty surreal, and it's definitely a dream come true for me, and I know it is for the rest of us rookies on the team.
Rose, this is just, I think, your 8th event on the LPGA Tour this season. After you won Mizuho and became an LPGA Tour member, did you even think it would be possible to get here all on your own?
No, 100% not. I think when I played Mizuho, it was only with the intentions of starting off my career and playing the best I could, trying to make the cut. Obviously, the results turned out differently, and I've been super grateful for all the experiences that I've gained thus far on tour, but being in the Solheim Cup this year was certainly not one of the goals in mind, but the fact that it happened, I'm just super blessed to be alongside players that I've grown up watching and playing alongside them, representing the red, white, and blue.
Mm-hmm. Lilia, you have represented Team USA in a lot of aspects, Ryder Cup, Curtis Cup. How does this compare, your first Solheim Cup, to maybe some of your past Team USA experiences?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really fun with all the practice rounds and team bonding stuff. Honestly, it kind of feels like college golf again, so it's been really fun for me.
Amazing. If there are any questions here in the room, I'd like to open it up now. Sarah, or right, Mr. Mayor.
Hey, this is for Rose. You just talked about how you didn't think it was possible to be able to be on this Solheim Cup team. Where does that rank in all of your long list of accomplishments that you've had so early in your career so far?
It's so hard to rank every single one of the accomplishments. I feel like every experience that I've gained has been so unique in its own right. This is definitely up there. Being able to play the Solheim Cup is truly a dream come true. I've played 2 junior Solheim Cups before. One in Des Moines and one in Glen Eagles. But I've watched and witnessed all these professional players represent Europe and the US on that first tee. But that was the experience and adrenaline that I've seen before, and to be a part of it now is really cool.
Are you still taking any classes at Stanford? And if so, how much work do you have to do this week?
So I am currently on a leave of absence. Decided not to torture myself in fall quarter, but when I go back, it'll be winter quarter, most likely January.
Hey guys, welcome to your first Solheim Cup. Andrea, I don't know if you could comment on playing again. You're playing alongside with Rose, just both Stanford Cardinals. I mean, how kind of a cool experience is that for the two of you to have that shared history at Stanford and be able to share this moment as well?
Yeah, it's a really special experience to share this with Rose. We didn't play in college together, and I actually haven't played a tournament round of golf with her until Cincinnati last week, but she's an incredible player, and to the fact that she qualified on her own this year is pretty amazing. And it's really cool to be able to share this week with her. We have great support in our Cardinal family back at Stanford, so it's pretty awesome to be able to share that.
And Lilia, looking back a couple years ago, you were out on the Epson Tour, winning away, got back to the LPGA last season, and then have done what you've done this year, now sitting at your first Solheim Cup. If you'd have told yourself 2 years ago everything that was going to happen in 2023, would you have believed it, and what would you have said?
No, I wouldn't have believed it. I mean, I was almost done with golf when I was on Epson, and this has always been a dream of mine to play here, and it's been really surreal to be here. I thought I'd be more nervous being here, but I don't know why I feel so calm. I think because I have 11 of the best teammates, and I just feel like they have my back no matter what.
I'm muted. Hi. I do have a question here for Andrea from Beth Ann. You had a wonderfully consistent run on the LPGA in the last month leading up to this week that secured your spot. What is it that you found in your game that helped you there?
Yeah, I feel like the first half of the year I struggled a little bit, short game with putting, and just mentally I felt like maybe I was a little bit anxious to try and do really well off the bat, especially after having a good year last year with my first win on tour, and I had so many goals that I wanted to accomplish, Solheim Cup being one of them. And I feel like I just kind of had to take a pause and press the reset button 5 months into the year, and just mentally regroup myself. So I stayed just super patient. I didn't expect anything to happen. Solheim Cup was kind of even out of my mind at the point. I just wanted to focus on myself and my game first, and I knew that the hard work would pay off eventually. And thankfully, I've had a good run in Europe and the last few weeks. So it was an awesome feeling being able to qualify automatically for the Solheim Cup team this week, and hopefully I can represent our team really well.
I have a follow-up to that for maybe Lilia or Rose. Seeing Andrea just get the finish right on the number in Canada, how impressed were either of you with that, and how great is it just to have her around the team, a player that I know you both are somewhat familiar with?
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty good friends with Andrea, and it was really baller to see her play her way in Canada. So I'm really happy for her and happy that she's here with us.
I think we have Amy in the back over there. Yep.
This question is for each of you. With being rookies on the team, I'm curious what piece of advice or nugget you've received about competing this week that's really stood out to you, if you could share.
I think we've all gotten a lot of pieces of advice from veterans and our captain, Stacy, especially about, on the first tee that we're definitely going to feel nerves like we've never experienced before. And I think we're all kind of anticipating that moment when our names are announced, representing the United States of America. I think someone said, I forgot who, in a practice round earlier this week, that they had received a piece of advice saying that you should take 2 really hard practice swings on the first tee to kind of like get the adrenaline out, to like get those nerves out before you actually tee up the ball. So I thought that was pretty helpful.
I have to second that. All the advice that we've received was just how to deal with the crowds and how to deal with the adrenaline that we're gonna get on the golf course. A lot of, especially Angela, she talked to me yesterday on the 17th green, and she was talking about how basically everyone who's played the Solheim Cup before has always felt nerves, and the nerves, the first tee nerves, just the overall adrenaline that we get is not a cap in any sense. So it's really cool to be able to know that there were people ahead of us and people who are on the team who are going to be experiencing the same emotions and the same feelings, but we're all in it together.
Yeah, some of the other veterans also talked about the first tee to me and how the adrenaline and the nerves, and I haven't felt it yet, but I'm sure the adrenaline will kick in eventually. But yeah, it's just super exciting to be here.
And just one more from me. This again is for each of you. Just getting to do this for the first time. Has it been what you expected so far?
I feel like it'll hit us on that first tee. I feel like the crowds aren't really there yet. There are definitely a lot of fans out that have been watching us the last couple of days, but I feel like the crowds are what really make the Solheim Cups, and I think we're kind of waiting for that on the first tee on Friday. But it's, in every way, it's surpassed my expectations of being on a Solheim Cup team, and it's been really amazing being able to be surrounded by some of the best players in the world and also my teammates. So it's been pretty special.
I would say everything I kind of expected, but more. Like Andrea said, there's not as many crowds right now, but once we're playing and once we continue with the event, there's going to be more and more people watching. Spain is beautiful. It's my first time here, and to be able to be in such an incredible venue with great weather, it's going to be just a really nice experience to share with not only our loved ones who are coming to watch, but also with my teammates.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously everything we've dreamed of since we were a little girl. And honestly, my first impression coming here, it kind of felt like San Diego, California, so kind of like home to me, despite how hilly it is. But yeah, honestly, I think that's why I haven't been nervous, because it kind of just feels like home. And then I'm playing another tournament with some of my best friends, and it's just been really fun.
We have Randy right here.
Hey, this question, Lilia specifically, but certainly would open it up to Andrea and Rose. Have you guys talked about adopting an underdog mentality at all this week? We've heard Captain Pedersen talk about Europe having she thinks their strongest team ever. They've won 2 straight cups. Do you consider yourselves underdogs? And if so, how much do you enjoy being able to come here on European soil to try to bring back the cup to Team USA?
I wouldn't consider ourselves underdogs, but I think we can come in here with nothing to lose, because there's really nothing to lose. I think we're a pretty young team, but I think we're going to come out really strong, and we're going to have fun, and our game will show on the course.
What was the question? You want to add to that? Or no?
Okay, we have another here.
Oh, there. Rose, I just wanted to ask you, what's your expectations on how much you'll play this week? And do you expect that because of being the youngest one that you may not be able to play as many matches as some of the other players?
In my opinion, I think it's quite all right. I think whatever my place, whatever I should do is for the team, and regardless of how much I'm playing, I'm gonna be fighting out there every single event or every single match that I participate in. So no hard feelings there. I feel like I love being on the sidelines cheering for my teammates if that's what I'm gonna do, and that's basically what being part of a team is.
I do have one more here from the Zoom for Lilia from Beth Ann. You said after you won the British that you thought those 2 early wins might be flukes. How has your confidence changed since then?
I honestly haven't really thought about it much. I think I've been thinking about this tournament for the past 2 months, so not much has changed. I still feel the same, to be honest, and yeah.
Okay, thank you. Are there any more questions? Okay, thank you, ladies. Good luck this week.